Forgiveness releases us from the past. Just think about that for a moment. Forgiveness releases us from the past. What is the past? Anybody?
Spiritual path, way back.
Okay, but in terms of if forgiveness releases us from the past, in that term, what is the past?
Suffering. Pain.
Suffering. Pain. Okay, you know what, we're going to start our list. I'm going to go a long ways. So we're going to write forgiveness on one side, and then there was, so what would be the opposite of forgiveness? And there's no wrong answers.
Resentment.
Blame.
Resentment.
Resentment, blame.
Okay, let's use resentment as the main and then we had a few here, so we had old pain. I'm just going to put pain because pain is pain, right? And then suffering. What else is the opposite? So on our list over here, resentment, pain, suffering.
Having like stuck energy.
Stuck energy. What was that other one I heard?
Revenge.
Ooh, revenge.
Blame. Guilt.
Guilt, yes. Blame, guilt,
Anger.
anger.
Victim.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, now we're on a roll. I'm going to have to get 2 more of these boards. Hostility.
Saboteur.
Ooh, yes.
That's good.
Okay, Will, how do I spell it? S-A-B?
A tour.
A-T-A-U-R.
T-E-U-R?
T-E-U-R.
Is there like a two, like a little? Okay. This is good. So can we think of a few more when we're not forgiving?
Creating separation.
Separation, that's an awesome one.
Isolation.
Uh-huh. Isolation.
Sickness.
Sickness.
That should go on. Yeah.
So as there's more for that side, we'll take them. But now let's think about what goes in alignment with forgiveness.
Joy.
Joy.
Birds. Compassion.
Patience.
Compassion, patience.
Release.
Peace of mind. Peace. Connection. Contentment.
I got peace of mind, contentment. There was one in between. What was it? There was another one.
Connection.
Connection.
Love. Because of separation on the other side.
I'm going to put back understanding. Oh, connection and separation.
Oh, it's already on there.
How about empowerment? Opposite of being victim. The victim.
Power. Or meant maybe a few more, and then we'll continue with our
Wisdom.
wisdom. One or two more.
Happiness.
Happiness. Yes.
How about courage? Yeah. You need that.
Courage. Ooh, and then we had sickness, so I think health, right? Forgiveness is tied to health, so we're going to hang 5 here. We are multidimensional beings. Again, in different studies, I know we can talk about the astral and the causal and the 84 million other bodies, but we're keeping it simple. Physical body, the emotional body, and the mental body. If we consider those areas in our lives, and I'll be taking a picture and emailing this to everyone, but if you consider the areas in our lives where we can offer more forgiveness towards ourselves and towards others, what you're letting go of on the right side and what you're allowing in. It's a completely different world of you, and then from the different world within you, a different world that will occur outside of you. Where there is forgiveness, there is love. Where there is love, life force is flowing. So remember, Reiki is life force energy. When we place love, really, which is what all we're doing when we do Reiki is we're allowing love to be present, we're placing love. We're allowing the correct conditions to be created for love to be present. And love in itself does the work of releasing those resentments, those guilts, those shames, the blames, and all that stuff. Okay? What I was getting to earlier when I was introducing this concept is forgiveness releases us from the past because forgiveness releases memory. All this stuff is the past, is the baggage that that little hummingbird who flies so free is helping us to realize and to release today. When we don't have all this stuff on the right side with us, look at all these words here. What tense is this in? That, sister. In the now moment is where our power is. And not power to control or to be greedy or to take over someone else, but it's your power to choose love over and over and over and over again. It's to develop a spiritual will that we can master our own minds and in turn master the inner alchemy of ourselves, choosing love over fear as a repetitive quality, as a muscle that we strengthen, that allows us to embody that in the world. And again, it's a very different world living in the present moment than living in the past. Forgiveness is such a beautiful tool that allows us, that invites us to explore those aspects. When we withhold love, do we have love on this side?
Yeah.
Okay, when we withhold love, we are withholding life force energy, and life force energy is the key to health and happiness. When we hold on to resentment, to this, to that, to everything on this side of the list, when we are not forgiving, we are withholding love. We are channels, naturally, of love and of life. And anytime we withhold love, one thing I'm working on is because I feel that I'm pretty juicy. I got the love. I'm like, you want some? There it is. You want some? There it is. You know, I'm like, love. You know, I'm like getting pretty good at that. But certain people, certain situations, I'm like, I'll put a penny in your cup. You know, I'm like a little stingy. And I've noticed this stinginess, and I'm like, okay, I've got the, you know, when I feel it. But there's certain situations where I'm like, I'll give you love, but just a little. But that's okay. I'm working through my own things, right? And we all do. But ultimately, it's to just let that go. Forgive, forget, whatever the resentment, the judgment. Do we have judgment? Oh, that's a big one. Because that's what keeps us stuck in the past, right? In that resentment.
Maybe acceptance can be on the other side.
I like that, Lori. Okay. So, today, in our practices, after, and I'm going to just a few more minutes of our talk here. After the talk, Mom's going to lead us in a beautiful meditation, and then we're going to have that brief little written work that's just for you in your notepad or on a text card you can put in your bag afterwards, where we're going to do a little written work to use the energies of today and of this weekend astrologically with our Reiki, everything, to forgive. You know that saying, forgive and forget? Pretty powerful, right? It's one thing to forgive, but to really drop it, to really forget, to allow the memory, the past, to be released, that's your courage. We have it here somewhere, don't we?
Third from the bottom. Third from the bottom.
You got good eyes. Okay. I'm this close and I'm like, where is it? So that's the courage, right? But we know that each little step we take in the name of love, we get more momentum in the name of love. And it's baby steps. One step at a time is fine. I'm making sense. We're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a few more points. It takes energy to hold on to the past, right? To resist love in the now, it takes a lot of energy to hold on to the past. Yes?
And one thing that I always, when I'm explaining this to others, is, have you ever been in a pool and you try to hold a rubber ball under the water? And it, you know, it's really light, but if you try to hold it under, that's.
I love that. And just in case the microphone on the little recorder doesn't get that, yes, holding a light rubber blow-up ball that you could probably just play at the beach with, holding that underwater. And then for every resentment, for every unforgiveness, oh, I got this ball, I got one here, I'm trying. It's exhausting. When instead, learning a modality or learning to drop it, to forgive it, even if it takes stages or years or lifetimes or whatever the gig is, but at least just coming to a certain moment and saying, yeah, I'm gonna work towards allowing myself to place love there instead of that hate or that resentment or that judgment and that guilt and that shame, is a huge, big step. It seems like a sacrifice, but I don't believe in sacrifice. It's your sovereign right to be love, to be all these qualities and infinitely more. Here now. Forgiveness affects each energy body by either binding it or liberating it, expanding it for more to flow or constricting it so less love can channel through. So every time we choose forgiveness, that withholding, the pushing, the holding the ball under the water, poof, that ball pops up, it was released, it can go bob off and float around wherever. And we have that much more life force energy available to ourselves, which affects our physical body, our mental body, clarity, and our emotional balance and stability. If you imagine, right, even talking about time, there's many teachings on time, but this morning it came to me. Can you imagine, so I started with forgiveness releases us from time, from the past, so that we can be present in the now. And perhaps you know people, their emotional body is in the past, their mental body is in the future. Where does that leave their physical body? Completely disconnected and completely unempowered and completely victim and and all that stuff, right? And there's no right or wrong. I'm not saying people are, I've been in that circumstance. It's human. Until we know that we can do something about it, or that there's a way or there's a choice that I can make to shift that, right? It's kind of how we're taught to do things. But until we learn that there's another way and that we can align those aspects, then we can start to move forward in any direction that guides us in peace and joy and harmony. So we can create these circumstances within us. And today we're going to create the correct conditions through Reiki to allow it to be so for the highest good of all.